What is up, y'all? It is your boy ABK, and thank you for entering back into the nigger room. I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all. And today is gonna be a little bit of serious things I need to talk about because these topics, they need to be talked about, man. And it just revolves over a lot of different things. But I'm not gonna be prolonging or talking too much about it. So let's just get straight into it. And so the first thing I want to talk about is I'm pretty sure that most of you guys have heard about the Chris Brown allegations of rape that's going on with him in Paris. So basically, a chick accused of raping her, and I guess him, his bodyguard, and also one of his friends got arrested during that whole altercation. And when I first heard it, I literally told my girl when I first heard it, I'm like, yo, I don't believe this shit. I really don't believe it. And then she's like, well, he does have a history, so maybe it's true. I'm like, I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm just going to say that I don't believe it because the timing is too perfect, man. And first off, the first thing I didn't believe is because the nigga, he's with his girl. And shout out to Shade Room for pointing this out, but she does kind of look like Karuchi. But yeah, the nigga was with her, in Paris, so that's why I'm just like, nah, I don't really believe it, I'm really iffy about that. And so he did get detained, he did get arrested, and he did get released the day after being detained because they found no any evidence of any wrongdoing. They are still investigating into it, but I don't know, man. I'm glad that he's actually trying to countersue for defamation or whatever you call it. I don't know what that's actually called. That's one thing that I don't like doing. I don't like saying accusers of rape are liars, but there are times that they really do be lying, and I think this case, she's probably misread a situation or something else happened, and she's just trying to point the blame at somebody so she can get a quick come up, because this happens more times than not. For instance, it happened to Derrick Rose, his girlfriend at the time. I guess she was intoxicated as fuck, and she got ran up on. She got ran up on by Derrick Rose and two of his other homies, and then she tried to make it as if they raped her, but he said no, they definitely didn't rape her, and his name got cleared of it. That's what I'm saying, I'm tired of all these stars or rappers or basketball players. They get accused, and then they get a bad name out for that shit, and then nothing happens. That's why I'm happy that Chris Brown is actually going to press charges on her, because she's lying. As soon as he got released, he posted on Instagram saying that bitch is lying. I didn't fucking do it. She's lying, and all that stuff, man. And like I said, the first time I saw that shit, I believed him. He has a daughter, man. He has a mom. I do understand that, yes, he does have a past, just like each and every one of us. We've all done stuff in the past that we're not proud of, but I'm a believer that people can change as long as they put the work in for it, because change doesn't come overnight. You have to work hard for that shit, and I believe that nigga, he's a changed man. You have your opinions about Chris Brown, I have my opinions about him, but I believe that he's a changed man, honestly speaking, when it comes to the whole hitting Rihanna thing that happened literally 10 years ago. And the last thing that makes me harder for me to believe this man already has a run-in with the law, and he already has a target on his back, so I'm pretty sure he's not going to be trying to do no stupid shit, that's my opinion on that, because he has already a target on his back, because I know that feeling that, oh, I gotta watch what I do, because I have a target on my back or I have a record, that type of shit. You know, I'm like I know that feeling, so I'm like I'm pretty sure that he won't be doing stupid shit like that. But I don't know, man. The accuser, whoever you are, you're just making it harder for all the other rape victims that actually do go on, like that actually happen, because like I said that I wasn't gonna talk about this on my Instagram, but look at the R. Kelly situation. How many people don't believe all those girls that are coming up and saying this, and this happened? Like so many of them came up, and people are literally saying that they don't believe them. Point made. She just makes it hard for all the actual victims to be taken seriously. You know, happens every day, unfortunately, but I don't know. All right, so this is the second thing I wanted to talk about. I think it's gonna be a little short podcast today. I just want to talk about like real serious shit. Bullying is bullying is such a bad thing, man. Like we as adults, we bully each other, and the kids look at that shit, and then they take it to school, and then they bully kids at school. They're like just, anyways. So there's this 10-year-old named Seven Bridges, and he's from Kentucky. And guess what? He killed himself because he was getting bullied. Mm-hmm. 10-year-old boy, 10-year-old little black boy, killed himself because he was getting bullied at school because he was wearing a colostomy bag, and if y'all don't know what a colostomy bag is, it's like literally a bag that holds your waist because like like about a certain bowel condition and you can't go to the restroom like each and every other person. Well, not each and every other person, but you just can't go to the bathroom normally. So you have a bag that collects the waste for you. And so he was like, first of all, may his soul rest in peace. But he was getting bullied. He was getting bullied because the kids didn't like the smell of the bag every day. And he was born with an unspecified bowel condition, bro. And he had 26, and I repeat, 26 unsuccessful surgeries to fix it up. And he was getting bullied over that shit. 20, like, bro, don't you think that anybody would be sensitive as fuck to that shit that's happening to them, bro? But and then he's just getting bullied at school. Now, I don't care. I don't care what anybody says, but usually when students are getting bullied, I'm pretty sure that him, for one, brought it to somebody's attention that he's getting bullied. I'm pretty damn sure of it because it's I'll leave the link in the bio so y'all can read it up. But as it says in the article that I read, it says that he's reported that he's being bullied multiple times. Why didn't anybody do anything about that shit? You know, that shit is just fucking disgusting, man. And I'm happy that the Bridges family that are looking to take like legal action to the school, because I would definitely take the school as like they're responsible for that shit, man. Because why aren't you guys setting up a non-tolerant bullying policy or anything like that? Like kids will be kid, yes, but sticks and stones hurt the same. That's why everybody, not everybody, but that's why so many people have mental conditions, or that's why people have low self-esteem issues. Bullying is never okay. Like I don't know when it ever has been okay, and I don't know whenever it will be okay. I've never been a bully in my life, and to this day I won't be a bully because that shit is just not right. Preying on the weak, like Lil Duval, he literally said this on the Breakfast Club the other day. He said that it doesn't matter about like if you're getting like sexually assaulted or just assaulted, period, or getting beat up. Preying on the weak is never okay, and that's what bullying is, when you're preying on the weak. Like for all those kids who bullied him to death, man, I don't wish death upon anybody, but I hope y'all get what y'all deserve. You know? Oh, except for Donald Trump. I low-key do wish death upon him, but I'm just playing. Not really. All right. And last thing that I want to talk about. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the whole white kid wearing a Make America Great Again with all of his classmates wearing Make America Great Again. And he's standing right in front of a freaking Native American playing the drums and he's smirking at him. Now, there have been many different stories about all over the news about what's been done, but I've done my own research because apparently the first news that came out with this shit was incorrect. And so I just did my own research, and I'm just gonna I'm just gonna give you guys a basic summary about what happened. And so basically these kids, they were on a march for pro-life, like no abortion type of thing and all that stuff. And then there was a black Islamic group, and they confronted these kids and like started telling them shit, like, and they were like, oh well, y'all, these are all future um school shooters and stuff like that, and telling them some real shit. Because I mean, realistically speaking, when we look at all the facts, white males are the sole reason why there's school shootings. Like, there's even an article that I was reading like about like maybe like 3 hours ago that said like literally all the mass shootings in America is due to white men, and that is scientific facts. I'll leave the link for that article if y'all want to read it. And it's just like they were like antagonizing them. And so the Native American, his name is Phillips, he decided that, okay, the way how things were going, it looked like there was going to be some type of collision. So he decided to like intervene, and he basically like got in between them, and he just started banging his drum and just banging it, singing his chants and everything, which to me sounded beautiful, I'm not gonna lie. And the white kid named Sandman, that's his last name, he like approached him, and he was just like smirking in front of him with the "Make America Great Again" hat, like just smirking in front of him the whole time, while his other classmates, they're like literally like mimicking, throwing a tomahawk at him, and they're like just making, like, you could see it in the on the video that they're mocking him. and and it's just crazy because, although yes, I don't agree with necessarily what the Black Islamic group did, but at the same time, if these kids want to be protesting, they gotta be prepared for that, because they were at the Lincoln Memorial. They protest there all day, every day. So you gotta, if you're gonna be protesting, you gotta be wary of that. And I'm just trying to figure out, where's adult supervision while this shit was going down. There was no adult supervision whatsoever going down there. And so yeah, so shout out to the damage report. Shout out to Damage Report on YouTube. They're basically the one that summarized it up. I just like, after I did my own research, I'm like, you know what? Let me go see what other people are saying about it, and then I just like saw it on the Damage Report, and they did a perfectly good job with that. Like literally just summarizing what happened. But what I'm upset about is that, first of all, Donald Trump, out of all the shit that goes down every day when it comes to like mass shootings or anything like that, he sided with them and has said that what they did was perfectly fine, and that he stands by them. I bet it's because they're wearing a freaking "Make America Great Again" hat. And it's just, the kid got the opportunity to go on the Today Show to talk about like what happened, and he even said that, oh, he wished that they could have just walked away, which I don't know why they didn't. And he's saying that, oh, he doesn't feel sorry, he's not sorry about what he did. Like, he had every right to stand there and like right in front of that guy's face and all that stuff. He's like, he didn't look remorseful at all. And that's the problem, because they gave him validation because he has money, because he's in a wealthy family, of course. Like, well, I'm not saying wealthy, but he has a family that could afford for him to hire a PR, public relations defender, like all that stuff. They have enough money to do that. And then when you see all these other white supremacy comments and all that stuff, they're defending this kid as if he was in the right, when I don't know, man. Like, that shit is just not okay for me, man. Because why, like, That's not a way how you try to. He says supposedly that he was trying to turn the situation, like calm the situation down and all that stuff, but that's not what he was doing at all. He was literally smirking in front of the man's face while he's chanting, and then he sees his friends. They're making fun of him. Like, what kind of disgusting shit is that, bro? And even if it's just like, even if you are getting told by Islamic group, you guys should know what that Make America Great Again hat represents: racism. Or that's how it's seen by multiple people, because there's a fucking shutdown going on. This is like a month and some days is going on now, and people are literally dying. Well, not people are dying, but people are literally about to lose their homes. People are about to lose everything they have just because Donald Trump wants to build a wall. Now, I don't know if that video exists, but I did see the first time that I saw this. I did see that the kids were chanting, "Build that wall, build that wall." I don't know if that's correct because I did not see a video of it like today, but I've seen it in the past, like when the story first came out, and it's sad. It's sad, man, because even the man, he said it himself, like, "Oh, we're not, like, we don't build walls." And he has every right to say this, man, because he's a Native American. His family and his ancestors, they actually are the original founders of the land. They're actually the ones that were here before the people from Europe came and took it over, you know? So he has every right to say that, "Oh, they have no right to build a wall here." Like, we don't, like, and that's what he was there for in the first place, to protest against there being any type of wall, because there shouldn't be a wall. Like, the whole situation is really trash. But I just want to say that the kid, like, to the kid, you're trash, man. I'm sorry, but it's, in my opinion, you're just trash, in my opinion, because that whole situation could have been avoided. You could have just walked away, like you said you wish you could have, but didn't. I don't know, man. Oh, and for the Today Show, like, I don't, y'all don't bring up all these people who have, like, they've gone through like dire moments of kids killing like kids getting killed by cops, or kids getting killed by other citizens and all that stuff. But just because this kid is wealthy, you guys immediately brought him onto the show today so that he could explain himself. That just shows you what the power of money could do, man. That just shows you, like, at the end of the day, everybody bows down to money, and that's just sad to me, you know. But man, I just those are the things I wanted to talk about today, man. And after reading all that stuff, I didn't really want to talk about anything that was really, like, funny or happy or anything like that, because this shit isn't funny. This shit needs to be talked about. Nobody wants to listen to it, or nobody wants to, like, discuss about it, but it needs to be talked about, you know. It's for the betterment of the country, or not even the country. This is for the betterment of society as a whole, man. But anyways, this is your boy ABK, and thank you for entering back into the nigger room. I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all. And again, we out this bitch. Deuce deuce.